What would happen if the Earth got too close to a black hole? Who has the most moons in our solar system? Are there any legitimate signs of alien life? These are just some of the questions we will be answering as we bring you some of the coolest space facts you've ever heard. So grab your popcorn and strap in for an awesome voyage across the cosmos. It would take nearly 4 billion years to reach our nearest neighboring galaxy. As you already know, our planet is a small rock in our solar system, which is in turn a speck in the Milky Way galaxy. Our closest neighbor, Andromeda, is a giant galaxy approximately 2.5 million light-years from where you're watching this video right now. That means a spacecraft traveling at the speed of light would take 2.5 million years to reach it. Of course, light-speed travel and intergalactic voyages are not yet possible. So how long would it take with current technology? Well, according to scientists, something like the Parker Solar Probe, one of the fastest man-made space objects, would take around 1,547 years to travel just 1 light-year. So with that figure in mind, an astronaut in a ship as fast as the Parker Probe would take around 3,167,500 years to enter our neighboring galaxy. Buzz Aldrin's mom's surname was Moon. Saying something was written in the stars is something we usually do to romanticize interesting coincidences. However, our next fact strays beyond mere coincidence and into the realm of overarching destiny. After all, what are the chances that Edwin Aldrin Sr. would meet and marry a woman called Marion Moon, and that their son would go on to be the second man to walk on the moon? Because that's exactly what happened. Buzz Aldrin, born Edwin Aldrin Jr., was born to a mother whose maiden name foreshadowed the history he and Neil Armstrong made in 1969. Unfortunately, Mrs. Aldrin reportedly had a tough time dealing with her son's growing fame, among other issues. After a long battle with depression, she ended her own life in 1968, a year before Buzz landed on the moon. The solar system has 5 dwarf planets. That's right, there's more to our solar system than the 8 main planets. We also have dwarf planets, a group to which Pluto was recently added. In addition to Pluto, we have Haumea, Makemake, Eris, and Ceres. They are called dwarfs because while they have enough mass to be gravitationally rounded, they are not big enough to have orbital dominance. In other words, they are too small to repel similarly sized objects like asteroids from their immediate vicinity. Eris is the largest dwarf planet by mass, while Pluto is the largest by volume. Pluto also has the most moons of these planets, with 5 that we know of. Haumea is egg-shaped rather than truly spherical. We have received radio signals from across the universe. Back in 2016, astronomers at New Mexico's Very Large Array, VLA, observatory detected a radio signal from deep, deep space. We're talking 5 billion light-years away, which basically means the signal was produced long before the Earth's existence. Aliens? Well, maybe. It is deep space after all, and will never scratch the surface of all there is out there. However, it's more likely the signal came from a radio galaxy. Radio galaxies contain clustered lobes of high-energy jets from their galactic nuclei. This produces a wide spectrum of radio signals with so much force they can be detected long before the galaxy itself is visible. Of course, it would be cooler if it were aliens, but phenomena like radio galaxies are still very important in helping us learn the nature, extent, and age of our universe. Venus and Mercury have no moons. True planets are structures heavy enough to exert a strong gravitational pull. Many times, especially in our own solar system, this gravitational pull attracts natural rock satellites we call moons. Of course, the Earth has 1 moon we all know and love. Mars has 2, and the rest have several. Saturn has the most moons, with a mind-blowing 146. Jupiter has the second most, including Ganymede, the biggest moon in the solar system. Ganymede is larger than Pluto and even Mercury. The 2 planets closest to the Sun are the only exception, with 0 moons between them. This is because the Sun exerts too much gravity over them, making it impossible to keep moons in their own orbit for long. A black hole could rip worlds apart. Black holes are points in space-time that exert an almost inescapable gravitational pull over anything nearby, including light. They are still a great mystery to scientists, and we haven't even explored the tip of the black hole iceberg. Most of what we know is based on theories from brilliant minds like Albert Einstein. Theoretically speaking, black holes are formed when a sufficiently compact mass collapses. We believe that the explosion of large stars is one example of such a collapse. So what would happen if an object like the Earth got too close? Well, a number of things. One likely eventuality is that the black hole's gravitational forces would fling the planet away. Another is that the black hole's tidal forces would pull parts of the planet experiencing greater gravity away from parts experiencing less gravity. This would basically rip the world apart. Our own sun is a star large enough to explode into a black hole one day. However, such a black hole would not be big enough to knock the planets in the solar system out of their current orbital paths. Of course, the death of the sun would still lead to the end of life on Earth, regardless, because of the lack of light and heat. The tallest moon in our solar system is like 3 Mount Everests. The Earth is blessed with incredible and breathtaking mountains and highlands. The Alps, the Andes, the Rockies, and the mighty Himalayas, home of Everest. However, these peaks pale in comparison to what Mars is boasting. The Red Planet, which has many volcanoes, boasts peaks like Elysium Mons, which is 12.5 kilometers high, and the 14-kilometer Pavonis Mons. Arsia Mons, 15.1 kilometers, and Ascraeus Mons, 18.2 kilometers, are higher still. Any one of these would be the tallest mountain on Earth by some distance. However, they all pale when compared to the granddaddy of volcanic mountains, Olympus Mons. The peak, which is believed to be around 24.9 kilometers high, is nearly thrice the height of Earth's Mount Everest, 8.9 kilometers. Buzz Lightyear is a real astronaut. Well, sort of. If you don't know, Buzz Lightyear is a fictional character from Disney's huge Toy Story film franchise. Named after Buzz Aldrin, Lightyear is a Space Ranger action figure who fights the evil forces of his long-lost father, Emperor Zurg, and helps fellow toys get out of trouble. The character is so popular that they make real-world Buzz Lightyear action figures. In 2008, NASA had the fun idea of sending a Buzz action figure to the International Space Station, ISS. Buzz returned to Earth in September 2009 after 15 months aboard the ISS. NASA hailed the achievement and credited Buzz with the honor of being the longest-serving astronaut in space. The Sun is 99% of all solar system mass. The Sun is the centerpiece of our solar system, as shown by the name Solar System. But did you know just how influential it is? Well, it's very influential. In fact, the Sun contains 99.85% of all mass in the solar system. That's right. All of Mars' mountains, giant planets like Saturn and Jupiter, the solar system's 290 moons, and Elon Musk and all his rockets all fit snugly within the remaining 0.15%. The Sun is massive, about 330,000 times the mass of the Earth and 109 times the diameter. About 1/300,000 Earths could fit into the Sun. Martian gravity is 38% that of Earth. Walking on Mars will certainly be a breeze compared to here. That's because the Red Planet has significantly weaker gravity than our own, about 38%. So, someone who weighs 200 pounds on Earth would weigh 78 pounds on Mars. Perhaps one day, instead of toiling on treadmills, people will be moving to our neighboring planet on literal weight loss journeys. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching, and feel free to share other cool space facts in the comments below. Also, share your thoughts on the video and let us know what you'd like to see us cover in the future. Please give the video a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. We also recommend that you ding the notification bell so you are alerted as soon as we upload. All that's left now is to say thanks again, and we look forward to bringing you more awesome space content.